Okay, so if you saw my last video, you know that I made a reference to a previously made video regarding flushable wipes. So of course, after completing the video, I proceed to the upload process and start looking for that video regarding flushable wipes to put in the description in case, if anybody wanted to see it. Of course, looking through all of my previous videos, I come to find out, as far as I can tell, I've never made such a video. I could not find a video I have made in the past regarding flushable wipes. So, I think it's fair to say, instead of saying I made the mistake, that what more than likely happened is that I accidentally accessed the alternate memories of another dimensional version of myself through dream and accidentally got mixed up with my own memories. I think we can all say that that's far more reasonable of an assumption to make than I made a mistake. But, regardless of the fact that, of course, again, totally not my fault whatsoever, that I was going to remedy that by making a video regarding a couple items in your bathroom that you probably shouldn't be using. The first, of course, being, you guessed it, flushable wipes. Now, why can't you flush or shouldn't flush flushable wipes? Well, if you've ever noticed a specific quality of toilet paper, and you can do this experiment at home if you want, it's not hard. You put a piece of toilet paper into some water, or put some water on the toilet paper. You know that it comes apart kind of instantaneously. It borderline disintegrates. And this is not accidental. This is a very important feature of toilet paper. They designed it like this so that when you flush it, it's a lot harder for toilet paper to clog pipes. It's very important that toilet paper has this property, again, for that reason. Now, if you've ever put flushable wipes in a bowl of water, you know that it doesn't really come apart. I mean, don't get me wrong, as long as you're stronger than, like, a ladybug, which probably isn't a great reference because ladybugs, I think, are proportionally very strong. But the point is, as long as you're stronger than, like, a super weak bug, then you can probably tear them apart. True. But it should still be able to come apart instantaneously in water, which it really doesn't. It holds its form for the most part. And that's the problem. Now, before we even get to, like, the big scale thing, I'll bring your attention to the immediate factor. It's much more likely to clog your pipes. And if you've ever tried to unclog a really deep clog, you know it is a pain and a half. If you can't reach the clog, and you gotta call a plumber, and you gotta sit at your house for somewhere between 3 to 5 hours, pretty much all day, till he comes and grabs this wire that goes through your piping so they can physically grab the clog. It's not a fun process to fix. But with that said, more often than not, the flushable wipes will leave the house. So you might be like, oh, okay, well, what's the problem? What's the problem at that point, right? What's the big deal? It's out of the house. Why should I worry about it? What's wrong, introspection? Why are you so concerned? Well, if you recall what I said in the previous mention, I'm referencing a lot of videos in this video, but if you recall what I said in my previous video, it can cost several thousands of dollars to fix. Because you gotta remember, it's not just you using flushable wipes, it's all of the people, or a lot of, probably not all, but a lot of the people in your community using flushable wipes. This can create massive, and I mean massive, clogs of just mainly quote-unquote flushable wipes, which can cost thousands of dollars to remedy because they're so big that it's not a simple process. It is a huge undertaking to fix these kinds of clogs. And I think we can all agree that just about any government isn't the best at handling money, and I don't think it helps to give them more to deal with. Now, realistically, toilet paper should be more than fine for the job, but if you want to be a little extra cautious, or you want to just feel cleaner, then there is an alternative that functionally just works better. It's called a bidet. It's very, very popular in most Asian countries, and it's basically just a little thing of water that they keep next to them that they kind of just pour down to clean that area themselves. And if that's still not ideal, they actually make what is essentially a tiny water fountain that squirts out of your toilet. and it makes the process even easier at that point. That is also popular amongst a lot of Asian countries, and you can order one for relatively cheap pretty much anywhere you are, and it can be outfitted to almost any toilet. And this serves as not only an easier and more convenient function, but also it won't cost thousands of dollars in repair. So please, if you're concerned about the cleanliness of that area, then perhaps you might want to consider that alternative. Now, the other villain hiding in your bathroom, your loofah. I know. We don't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear it. I don't blame you, but unfortunately your loofah is very counterproductive to the clean. See, here's the thing. When you get the loofah originally, yeah, totally clean, and it may work very well for cleaning off, like, particularly dirty areas of yourself. But here's the thing. First of all, even though you rinse it, I'm sure, like most of us do, and then leave it there, it's still hanging in this wet, humid place, probably dark, and it's got a lot of dead skin cells inside of it, which are perfect for bacteria to feed off of. And of course, this makes the loofah particularly dirty. So, after a little while, it starts to become very counterproductive because rubbing it on yourself puts the bacteria onto your skin. Now, if you are insistent on using a loofah, it does need to be replaced. More often than I think most of us do, myself included. It kind of needs to be replaced on like a monthly basis, to be quite honest with you. Otherwise, it gets really, really unsanitary. I haven't found a method of properly sanitizing a loofah yet. If I do find one, I'll put it in the description. Or, if you guys have any advice on how to clean a loofah, please leave it in the comment section down below. Otherwise, make sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell button. I post every other week. And until next time, hear nothing and listen to all. Bye, guys.